Hey everybody, it's Mike COOCH. All right, in this video, let's talk about getting ready for your lead generation campaigns. Getting set up properly from the very beginning is really, really important. You want to play the long game with this stuff, right? Which means that once you get started, you want to have the mindset of you're going to be doing this for a while, and if that's the case, you want to make the most of every bit of investment that you're making in time and energy and money in testing campaigns in your market and generating leads. And if you're set up properly from the beginning, then that's how you're going to be able to do that. You're going to be able to maximize the impact. You're going to be able to get your campaigns optimized sooner rather than later. And you're going to develop a history in your Facebook account on your Facebook pixel that's going to benefit you for a long time. And this is a really, really big deal. I don't think people really understand this and are assigning enough value to this in their Facebook ad accounts. But the way that the Facebook ad account works and their ad engine works is that using your pixel data and using the history of your campaigns, Facebook is optimizing the audience that it is showing your ads to over time, right? So the more data that you provide Facebook as to what is working and what isn't, the better that Facebook can get at getting you the right audience and getting you the audience that's going to convert. So if you are not setting up properly using Facebook's pixel and providing the right information from day one, then you are essentially just operating at kind of ground zero in your campaigns in your account. And the first days of your campaign are always going to be the worst, right? Because you have no history, you have no time to have optimized your account and to optimize your campaign performance. You haven't done any split testing, any of that type of stuff. So if you operate without your pixel setup, without using custom audiences, all that type of stuff, you are essentially just repeating that first day over and over again. You are not taking advantage of the Facebook optimization engine. And so you are going to lose to somebody who is taking advantage of these things properly every single time. Okay, so getting set up properly is really the only way to do this. I would not start any Facebook campaigns without having my pixel on there, without doing my best to set up those pixel events properly so that I'm collecting the data that I want to. It just doesn't make any sense to me to do otherwise. So we want to get you all set up from the beginning. So what to get set up? There's a handful of things that you should get. One, you're going to need a domain name, right? You're going to want to put your your funnels and stuff up on your own domain rather than trying to mess with anything that the client owns. Again, you're building your own asset. One, and two, it's just much easier if you're doing this stuff on your own domain that you are in complete control over, rather than trying to work with a domain that your client owns and dealing with whoever you have to deal with on their team to get changes on their website, stuff like that. Just trust me, you don't want to play that game. You'll go broke very quickly. So set up your own domain name so you can control all that. Set up your Facebook ad account that you're going to be running your campaigns under. You should have separate ad accounts for, let's say that you have an ad account where you're running ads for your own business. I would suggest that you have a separate ad account where you're doing things for clients. Okay, so we have several ad accounts, and you guys most likely will too here if you don't already. So suggest a separate ad account for the stuff that you're doing for clients. Then you want to get your pixel for that ad account, and we're going to set that up properly. And then you want to set up funnel pages, so where you'll actually be driving the traffic to for your ads. And then you want to get multiple ad images and copy tests, so that from the very beginning that you're running your ads, you're doing some tests, right? It pretty much doesn't make sense to run ad campaigns without doing some sort of test, because you're just leaving money on the table. There's always something to improve. And then the last thing would be Google Analytics, having Google Analytics set up on your pages. Honestly, I am absolutely awful about Google Analytics, so I'm not going to try and teach you how to set that up properly and how to use that properly, but we will have training coming up here shortly from a Google Analytics expert who will give us everything that we need to know on that. But for now, you don't need Google Analytics to have successful initial campaigns, but Google Analytics is something that you definitely want in the long term, because we're going to be able to use that to do retargeting ads on the Google ad platform and things like that. So as you consider expanding off of Facebook, that will be really important. All right, let's talk about the Facebook pixel. The Facebook pixel is absolutely key in all of this and should be a priority for you to get set up properly right from the very beginning. We use ClickFunnels, so I'm going to show you how we are doing things in ClickFunnels, but I will also just kind of give you some general guidelines on how to set up the Facebook pixel. And you guys all have access to our Facebook Ads Quick Start program as part of Growth Insiders. So check that out. That's where we put our content on how to set up Facebook properly and manage ad campaigns and things like that properly. So make sure that you're checking that out, as that's where we'll have the majority of the information on how to do Facebook advertising properly in this program. So you're going to want to, though, have your base code set up on all your pages. So your base pixel code is exactly what it says. It's just the base code that Facebook uses to get information about your campaigns and where you're sending traffic to. And then you want to set up event codes on appropriate pages. If you're new to Facebook advertising and the Facebook pixel, an event code is what allows you to track things like, you generated a lead, you generated a sale, right? Things like that. So that's an event that happens. Okay, somebody viewed a particular piece of content, somebody opted into a page, somebody purchased a product. Event codes are how you track that. So obviously, we're going to want to track when people become leads and use that data to improve our campaigns over time. So we've got to get that set up properly. And then parameters. Parameters are essentially detailed information that you can associate with those events. Okay, so here we're starting to get into how we fine-tune the pixel to really produce the data that we want for us and for Facebook. So parameters, again, let's say that somebody opted in, they became a lead, so that is the event code, lead. Parameter would be information like they're a chiropractic lead. They are a lead that opted in for this particular offer, right? So I can start to track those details inside of my Facebook pixel. That's what parameters are used for. And then once you have set up this pixel, then you can create custom audiences. Okay, custom audiences are what allows us to do retargeting inside of Facebook. So a custom audience is where we're going to collect an audience of people. So in our case, let's say this first one, all visitors minus leads. That's what that is, all visitors minus leads. So what I'm saying is I want an audience of the people that click on my ad and go to my landing page, but then don't become leads. Okay, and the reason why is because I'm going to retarget them, because obviously they showed enough interest to click on my ad, but for whatever reason they didn't become a lead. It could be just because they forgot. It could be because they were at work when they opened up the page and didn't have time and never got back to it. So I'm going to retarget those people with ads saying, hey, come back and become a lead, right? So we want to set up that custom audience so I can run ads to them. And then we're going to set up an audience of the people who actually do become leads. And the primary reason for doing that is I'm going to create a lookalike audience eventually from those people. And a lookalike audience is my way inside of Facebook of saying, hey, Facebook, I want more people like this. Go and find me more people that match the characteristics of the people who actually became leads. Okay, so we're going to get all of that set up here to get going. And let me just show you what we have set up here so you can see an example. So as I told you, we're going after the chiropractic market. This is our one of our initial landing pages that we created here. This is created inside of ClickFunnels. You can see our client here is Discover Health and Wellness. This is a tracking number, and actually that's a thing I will add to the list of things that you should get set up as a tracking number. You don't have to have that from the very beginning. It's actually proven to be not very valuable for us so far, because the far majority of people, or actually I think everybody that we've been generating leads for, with the exception of one, is filling out the form instead of calling the number. So this is one landing page here, and you can see here logo, phone number, what it is that we're offering, which is this initial consultation for only $19. It's normally a $224 value. This is a video from the founder of the chiropractic office. We had him shoot for us, just a real quick video. This tells people all of their locations around Denver so that we can demonstrate to people, hey, we have a location pretty close to you. Again, the founder of the chiropractic firm, some information about what they'll receive, some testimonials from patients, okay? And all of this, we just essentially swiped off of their website. We try as much as possible not to ask our clients for anything. We just swipe the stuff off their website, build it ourselves, and get up and running. And we were able to get all this designed and up and running within a day. So this does not have to take long. This is a second opt-in page that we created to do a split test. Again, we're always trying to do split tests. This is a much simpler form, and particularly on mobile, this is a much simpler experience on a mobile phone. So it's just this text list explaining what they're going to get and the value of it, and then this form. Okay, and of course the phone number and logo up here. But we took away a tremendous amount of the information that was on this page, because as you can imagine, in mobile, this is a lot. And the cool thing is with ClickFunnels, you can determine what you want to show on mobile versus desktop, so that's a pretty sweet setting. But what I wanted to do was just do a clean split test of two totally different formats of pages to see which one would work best. Okay, and then after they opt in, I think this is pretty important. So this is the thank you page. I've got another video from the founder where he's essentially just saying, hey, thank you so much. Here's what you can expect, which is, keep an eye out for a phone call and email. One of our health specialists will reach out to you within the next 24 hours to answer any questions you have and set up your new patient appointment. So, when you're generating leads for your clients, you get paid on the lead. However, you're going to get evaluated, whether it's fair or not, you're going to get evaluated on how good of a job your client actually does on turning that lead into, an appointment. So you want to do your best to kind of help them with that by having this expectation setting page here. So that the lead knows what to expect. Again, just to try and give your client the best chance of actually converting this lead into a real opportunity. Because the more that they do that, the high likelihood that they're going to stay with you and keep on buying leads from you. Okay. So those are our pages that we have set up. We have ads to go along with this. I'll show you our ad campaigns in a separate video. But we've collected different images and text and all that good stuff to split test in our ad campaigns. And then let me just go ahead and show you real quick. So here we have our we're inside of our Facebook account. And what you can see here is we're on the pixel section of the account. You can see here we're on the new Facebook pixel versus the old pixel. You want to work with the new one. And we have these events set up, page view, view content, and lead. And so you can see that we have some activity on those here over the last 7 days. And let's see here, this is updated 8 hours ago, 8 hours ago, 10 hours ago. So not quite current, but still, you can see that we've got some activity going on. And then what we want to do from here are a couple things. So one, inside of your ads manager, you're going to create custom audiences. Okay, so create custom audiences for your campaigns. I'll give you some more detailed training on this in the Facebook Ads Quick Start section. However, just to give you the high level here real quick, what we're going to do is we're going to go here and create custom audience. We're going to choose from website traffic. Okay, and then we are going to do a custom combination. And then we're going to choose events. Okay, because we are using events, view content, and leads to track who's making it to our landing pages and who's becoming a lead. So what we'll do here is, let's say I want to set up the audience for people who became a lead. I'm going to click on lead. I'm going to do an add parameter. Okay, content name equals, and then in my pixel setup, which I'll show you right here, you can see what I called the lead in here. As you can see, content name lead right here is this DHW, that's Discover Health and Wellness, $19 consult. That's just a name that I made up. So content name, and I would just put that right here. Okay, and then in this case, I'm going to use in the last 30 days, but you can go all the way back to 180, or you could do it as short as something like 5. In this case, I'll just leave it at 30, and then I would just give it a name and create this custom audience. Okay, and then you could do the exact same thing for different events. You could do, let's go ahead and X out of this. You could do event, and then you could do view content. So if I wanted to create an audience of the people who actually just made it to my page, but didn't opt in. So then again, if I go back over to my pixel setup here, and my events, you can see here for view content, I have content name, DHW19 consult again. So just keeping it nice and consistent. So I do content name, and I do equals, and I put in this right here. And I can say anybody who's become a lead in the last 30 days. I can add an exclusion. So, or I'm sorry, anybody who viewed the landing page in the last 30 days. And then I can add an exclusion here where I can say I don't want anybody who became a lead, right? So anybody that became a lead, I don't want on here. I just want the people who are still just prospects. Okay, so now this would give me an audience of people that are visitors but not leads. Okay, so once I've set those up, this is what it looks like. I've got my visitors in the last 30 days. I've got my leads in the last 5 days. I've got my leads in the last 180 days. I've also got, there's a blog post that we're driving some traffic to. So I've got a view content for this blog post. And actually, this is not working properly, so I'm going to set that up again. I also took their fans from their Facebook page, and I created a lookalike audience, as I explained before. So this is 2 million people that look like their fans, which might help me, get some better targeting for my ads. So, so these are the audiences that I have set up for now, and I'll show you here as we progress how I'm going to put each of these to use. But this comes from your pixel. Right? This comes from your pixel. And your pixel is really the source of information that is going to be fed back into the Facebook ad engine. So where you get this pixel is right here, the view pixel code. Okay, and then you're just going to grab your base pixel. This is your base pixel, and that's going to go on every page of the website that you are running traffic to. Okay, and then you're going to set up these event and event parameters on the appropriate pages in your funnel. Okay, and again, I will show you how to do that in ClickFunnels specifically. In some separate videos here, since that's what we use. If you use something else, the process is generally the same, and we have information that can show you how to do that as well, just on regular web pages. Okay, so this is all the stuff that we're getting set up. Again, if I go back to the presentation here, this is the list of things that you want to get set up to get going. As I said before, we would add to this a call tracking number, ideally. If you're going for speed just to get some tests going, you can certainly start without that call tracking number though, because that has not been very valuable for us in this particular case. So you can definitely consider getting started without it, but it's something that you'll want to add here pretty quickly. Okay, so future videos here, we will quickly show you ad campaigns that we're running, as well as exactly how to set up these pixels and parameters and events and all that good stuff to make sure that you get set up properly.